Very good evening. So now I'm going to discuss Linux commands. In the last session, we discussed the terminology between Windows operating system and also Linux operating system. And also we connected to Linux operating system by using mobile extern tool and also by using putty tool. Okay, now I'm going to discuss the Linux commands. I'm going to connect it to Linux operating system by using mobile extern tool. Yeah, the first command is hostname. The first command is hostname. How to check the hostname of your operating system? So the command is hostname. So you can see here the hostname is Maheshana DB1. So whenever you logged on with your IP address to your Linux operating system, so it clearly says that here the hostname, and you connected with 192.168.1.11 with root user. Okay, so whenever you log on, so by default it shows your host name. So even though if you want to check it again, so you can use command hostname, host name. It will display the output, that is your host name of your operating system. If you want to check the IP address of your operating system, use command IP space addr. There should be a space between IP and addr. So use command IP space addr. Go for enter. So when you mention space IP space addr, you got the output, and the IP address is 192.168.1.11 IP address. Okay, so this is how you need to check your hostname and IP address. So if you want to clear the screen, use command clear. Screen will be cleared. That is your second command. Coming to third command, if you want to check whether your IP address and your hostname is active or inactive, so use command ping space hostname, ping space IP address. ping hostname. What's your hostname? Hostname is Maheshana DP1. So it responds with 64 bytes. That means your hostname is active. So the command is going on executing. Okay, please cancel this. Control C. By using Control C, cancel this command. Okay, so your hostname is up and running. Your hostname is active because it responding with 64 bytes. If it responds with 64 bytes, your hostname is active. In the same way, use command ping and your IP address 192.168.1.11 IP. So it is also responding with the 64 bytes. That means your IP address is also active. If it is not active, so please communicate with the network team and ask them to make active IP and hostname. Okay, so this is the command to check whether your hostname and IP is active or inactive. Next command to check the amount of disk space that is free on file system. So df-h, disk file system, df space -h. So this command will display the mount points and also the sizes of your mount points. You can see here. So we have a root mount point. So for root mount point, we have 100 GB. Okay, we have different mount points here. So according to the requirement, we used to configure mount points. So OSM will configure the mount points. So in real time, as a basis consultant, we used to recommend the mount points required for HANA database installation and also required for SAP installation. So we used to recommend, according to the recommendation, they will configure the mount points. So here we can see mounted. So all these are mount points. All these are mount points. For each and every mount point, there is a size allocation. Size allocation, used, available, and used in percentage. Okay, for each and every mount point, we have a size allocation. So we can see total size allocated, used by that mount point, available size at mount point, used in percentage. Okay, so this is the command to check mount points and sizes of the mount points. Next command to check the memory. To check the memory of your operating system. Okay, so this command will display the total amount of physical RAM and how much it is used, how much it is free, and also display the total amount of your swap. Okay, swap is also act as a memory, right? It will display the total amount of swap memory and also used and free. Okay, so here free space hyphen m means megabytes. It will display the size in the form of megabytes. Okay, now I will show you the command. Yeah, the command to check free memory and free swap space and also available memory and available swap space. The command is free hyphen m. So hyphen m means it displays you in megabytes. It displays the size in megabytes. So it's 32 GB of your physical RAM memory and 21 GB of your swap memory. Out of 32 GB, 30 GB is used and remaining is free. Okay. Out of 21 GB, 17 GB is used, remaining is free. So it very clearly shows the user memory and free memory. So how you are saying that this is 32 GB and this is 21 GB means, so we have a calculation for that. Now we will discuss that calculation. So first of all, if you want to calculate the memory, so we need to know the units. So for example, if you have a value like this, 40, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and this is the units are bytes. So how can you say that how much amount of GB it is or how much amount of megabytes it is? How can you say that? So it's very difficult, right? Why? Because it shows in bytes. So you cannot say how much amount of RAM you have in your operating system is. You cannot say 4 0 0 0 0 0 0 bytes. You cannot say in that case, right? You cannot say in that way, right? So that's why. So I'm going to discuss in a easy manner how to calculate this memory. So here we have seen that free space hyphen m. M means megabytes. If you want to see in kilobytes, you can go with kilobytes. It will display in kilobytes. But even though if it will show in megabytes or it will show in kilobytes, so we can say that this is 32 GB and this is 22 GB. Sir, how you are calculating this is 22 GB and how you are saying that this is 32 GB and this is 22 GB means? So we have a calculation for that. Now I'm going to discuss that point only. So first of all, if you want to calculate the units and the memory, so we need to know the memory units. Okay, first the memory unit bytes, and the second one is kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes. After gigabytes, we have terabytes. After that, we have petabytes. So till this point, we have learned in undergraduation level or graduation level. Okay, after petabytes, we have exabytes. After exabytes, we have zettabytes. After zettabytes, we have yottabytes. After yottabytes, we have brontobyte. After brontobyte, we have geobyte. Geobyte. So these are the units we have in the market. Okay. So now we all know that 1024 bytes is equal to, it's 1 kilobyte. 104 bytes is equal to 1 kilobyte. We all know that very well. 1024 kilobytes is equal to 1 megabyte. We also know this very well. 1024 megabytes is equal to 1 gigabyte. This is also we know very well, right? Now we'll discuss this. How it is 1024 bytes is equal to 1 kilobyte. How it became. How it became. We'll come to know this now. So divide 3. Whatever it may be the value, divide 3. And last 3 to the given units. Whenever you divide 3, so give last 3 to the given units. Last 3 digits to the given units. Okay, so what is left? 1 is left. After bytes, what we have? Kilobytes. So 1 kilobyte. Again divide 3. 1024 kilobytes. Divide 3. Last 3 to the given units. So what is left? 1 is left. After kilobyte, what we have? Megabyte. 1 megabyte. Again 1024 MB. Divide 3. The units are MB. Last 3 to the given units. So what is left? 1 is left. So after MB, what we have? Gigabytes. So 1 gigabyte. In the same way, partition three digits of this value. Last three to the given units. Next three, next three. So after bytes, what we have? After bytes, what we have? Kilobytes. After kilobytes, what we have? Megabytes. After megabytes, we have left only one value. So after megabyte, what we have? Gigabyte. So this is a 4 gigabyte. One more example. One more example. So this is kilobytes. The units are kilobytes. Very important. Units are very important. Again, divide 3. Again, divide 3. Last 3 to the given units. Okay. Last 3 to the given units. Again, next 3. Again, next 3. Okay. So after kilobytes, what we have? Megabytes. After megabytes, what we have? Gigabytes. After gigabytes, what we have? Terabytes. So 52 terabyte. This is 52 terabyte. One more example. One more example. So this is megabytes. The units are megabytes now. So units are very important whenever you want to calculate the memory. The units are very important. So last 3 to the given units. Okay. And next 3. And next we have only 2 left, right? So last 3 to the given units, that is MB. Next, after MB, we have gigabytes. After gigabytes, we have terabytes. So it is 78 terabyte. In the same way, so here we have free space hyphen M. M means megabytes. 32032. 320. 32032. So it's in megabytes, right? So now divide 3. Last 3 to the given units. So what we left? 32 is left. After megabytes, what we have? Gigabytes. It's 32 GB. It's 32 GB. In the same way, your swap memory 21503. So it is also in megabytes. 21503. It is also in megabytes. The units are megabytes. So again, divide 3. Last 3 to the given units. So 21 is left. After megabyte, what we have? Gigabytes. It's a 21 GB. So this is how you need to calculate your memory. So in SAP system, when we see some parameter values, you can see the parameter values in the form of bytes, or you can see in the form of kilobytes. So there will be a very big value like this. So at that time, you cannot say how much amount of memory is allocated to so and so. So you cannot say that 400, 000 bytes, right? So you need to calculate. So you have to divide 3 and finally you have to say in the form of GBs or in the form of terabytes. So this is how you need to calculate your memory. So to check the memory in your operating system level, use command free-m. You can also use command free-g. It shows in gigabytes. Directly it shows in gigabytes. So whenever you want to check, go with free-m. It's very conveyable to make you understand. Okay. This is your free-m command. Next, command to change directory or switch directory. Okay, cd is the command. So actually we are in which directory? By using pwd command, we can see where we are working. So pw means present working directory. So we are in root directory. We are in root directory. In this root directory, so what are the directories and files we have? Go for ll command. You can see these are the directories we have in this root directory. So slash is nothing but root in Linux operating system. We call it as a root directory. So we have all these directories. You can see D means directories. Instead of D, you can see hyphen. If you see hyphen instead of D, it is a file. Instead of D, you can see L. L means linked directory. Okay, so you can see D or you can see hyphen or you can see L. D means it's a directory. Okay, if you see hyphen, it's a file. If you see L, it's a linked directory. Okay, so pwd is a command to check on which directory you are working currently. And in the directory, if you want to check what are the directories and files we have, you can use command ll. LL is the command to display long list. We have one more command called ls, short list. So the difference between LL and ls is, so ls is just display the names of the files and directories. But whereas LL, it will display the names of files and directories, and also it shows the read-write permissions of the directory and file, and also owner and group of that directory or a file, and also it will show you the date and timestamp of that directory or a file. But whereas LL, it will just display the names of directories and files in that location. Okay. If you want to change the directory, if you want to switch the directory, currently we are in root directory. If you want to switch the directory to USR, use command cd USR. Go for enter. Now you are in USR directory. Again, go for LL. So in this USR directory, so directory means in Windows we call it as folder, whereas in Linux we call it as a directory. Okay. So go for LL. So in USR directory, so we have all these directories. Okay. If you want to change it to US SAP, go for CD SAP. Now you are in USR SAP directory. Go for LL again. So in this location, again, you have a few of them are directories and remaining are files. You can see here D for directory and hyphen. We are able to see hyphen. Hyphen means it's a file. All these are files. Okay. So CD is the command to change from one directory to another directory, or to switch from one directory to another directory. If you want to come back to again to root directory, so go for CD space slash. Now you are in root directory. So this is how you need to change your directory by using CD command, or you can switch the directory by using CD command. So PWD, just now we discussed present working directory. On which directory you are working, you can use command PWD. And also we went with LL. LL means long list. LS means short list. So the difference between LL and LS already discussed. LL means it will display the files and directories, and also it will show you the read-write permissions, ownership permissions, and also the timestamp of that file and directory. LS means it will just display the files and directories. Understood? Yeah. The rest of the commands we'll discuss in the next session. Okay. Thank you.